Welcome all of you to Annie Maths. In today's video, we shall be talking about multiplication of decimals. Okay, so we'll be talking about multiplication of a decimal number with another decimal number, or we'll also be talking about multiplication of a decimal with a 10, with a 100 and with a 1000, that is powers of 10. How do we multiply a decimal number with powers of 10? Okay, so what are the shortcuts involved in this? We shall be doing all this in today's video. You'll see that multiplication of decimals actually can be done in a much shorter way than you think. Okay, so let us see how we do it. Okay, so let us now see. Let's take an example for multiplication of decimals. Okay, here we'll take one sum which is 73.92 into 10. Now again we are trying to multiply a decimal number with 10. Okay, so the very first thing that we notice is how many zeros are there. There's just one zero in 10. Okay, so the point will shift one place to the right. In multiplication of decimals, the point shifts to the right. Okay, so it is as simple as this. Over, sum done. Okay, so we have to shift the point to the right, just one place, because there's 1 0. In my video about division of decimals, I have told that when you divide a number with 10, with 100, with 1000, okay, we'll have to see as many zeros are there, that many places the point shifts to the left. In multiplication, it is to the right. Okay, now let me take the same number, but now I'll multiply with 100. Now let's see what happens. Okay, so here I get it as 7392. That is, it has shifted two places, and when it goes behind this, it is not seen anymore because it is basically 0.00 now, so we can't see it anymore. Okay, so we don't have to put the point. Now let's take up another question, which is again let's say 2.397 that is into 100 into 100. Okay, 2.397 into 100. What do we do here? Here again the point will shift two places to the right. This is my answer because there are two zeros here. The point shifts two places to the right. Okay, now let me take up another question where we have 0.08 into 100. 0.08 into 100. Okay, now what do we do here? Here it is. Here we'll see that the point has to shift two places to the right because the point has to shift two places to the right because it is two zeros. In 100 there are two zeros, and it will shift to the right because we are multiplying. And here, from here, the point goes right behind 8, and that becomes, the answer is 8 now. The point is hidden here, we don't see it, and neither do we write it. Okay, now let me take another one, 0.6 into 100. Okay, very simple question. 0.6 into 100. Now what do we do? Now you see there's a slight difference in the sums. Here the point shifts one place, but after that where is the second place? We make the second place for it by using a 0. So we give it one more place by using a 0. So 60. Okay, so that is our multiplication of 0.6 with 100. Then let me take up now some numbers where we'll multiply a number with 1000. Okay, now what is it? Here, let me take, let's take 6.25 into 1000. 6.25 into 1000. Now here there are three zeros, so it is 6250. Now, where did this 0 come from? I added it. Why? Because there was no place to shift the point 3 places. We had 2 digits only here. So, the third place I made by putting a 0. So, the point has shifted right after the 0. We can't see it anymore. Then let me take up here one more question. 0.06 into 1000. Now here again, 1, 2, where is the third place? We'll make the third place by using a 0. So we write 60, means this 0 we don't write anymore. Okay, because if it is a decimal number, we need the 0. If it's a non-decimal number, we don't write the 0 before a number. So it's basically 060. This 0 we haven't written. So we made 3 places for it so that it can go 3 places to the right. That gives us a 60. Okay, so the answer is a 60. So here we saw that we first multiplied with a 10, then we multiplied with a 100, and then we multiplied numbers with a 1000, and how the point shifted to the right in every case. So you should see to it that you are using these calculations every time you do a sum. You have a long calculation which involves decimals. See to it that you are doing it this way. If you now waste all your time by multiplying 6.25 with 1000, it takes up, you'll be ending up writing lots of zeros and a huge calculation. And this thing, which takes 1 second to do, that will take you about 2 to 3 minutes. So why waste so much time? So these are the shortcuts which you can easily use in your sums, okay, and they should be used to save time. Now we shall be doing multiplication of a decimal number with a whole number. Okay, multiplication of a decimal with a whole number, that is 5.4 into 16. Now what do we do here? Okay, we multiply it just like a regular number. This is 24, 2, 32, then a 54. And see, I am multiplying just like a regular number. And then how to handle this point? Okay, this is new to us in this sum. So we check from how many digits to the right do we get the point. We are getting the point one place to the right of a digit, just one digit after it, isn't it? So we also leave one digit from the right and put the point. That is our answer. Supposing the point would have been here, then we would have added one digit here and 2 more digits here. The point would have come after 3 digits from the right. Okay, so I'll take examples for that too. Now let me take another question, which is let's take another question where we have again a multiplication of a decimal number with a whole number. 0.8, it is 0.854 into 12. Okay, now let's see. So once I do this example, the concept will become very clear. So here I have an 8 and a 10 and a 1 and a 7. This is a 17. Okay, then 1854. Okay, so once we have done it, 8, okay, and then 4 and then 12, and then this is a 10. So we have done our regular multiplication. We have just done our regular multiplication like you would do in any class, in the any lower classes. So we have done the regular calculation. Now time to put the points. How do we put the points? 3 places from the right they have put the point. We will also put the point in the answer straight. 3 places from the right. That's it. Okay. Then now we'll be doing multiplication of a decimal number with a decimal number. Okay, so that is 7.62.4. So this is 7.6 and 2.4. What do we do here? Here it is, let me do a regular multiplication once again. Okay, so here this is 24, 2, this is 28, and then 30. Okay, then 12, 1, this is 14, and 1, 15, and a 4, and a 2, and an 8, and a 1. Okay, so I have 1824. Let me quickly check. 24, 2, yeah, right, and this is 12, 1, yeah. So 1824. Now we'll see both of them. One place from the right, we have the decimal, again one place from the right. You add the number of places from the right, it comes to 2 places from the right. So point comes here. Okay. Now let us take up one question where you will see that we will, okay, we now we shall be taking up a question where you will see that the number that is multiplied is almost the same. Now see how it is. 13 into 1.3 into 0.13. Okay, 13 into 1.3 into 0.13. How do we do this? Then, in this case, we have 13 into 13 into 13. So, let's do that multiplication only. 13 into 13. Okay, that is a 9 and a 3 and a 13. That comes to a 169. Again into 13. Okay, 9 3s are 27, 2, 20, 2, 5, 169. Okay, and that comes to a 7, then a 9, then a, this is 11, 2197. We have our answer as 2197. That is not the answer. Now we'll go back to the sum. Before 1 digit and before 2 digits, total 3 digits, we have the decimal number. So we are going to put the decimal number before 3 digits from the right. Remember, it has to be from the right. Okay, so this is how the sum looks tough, but actually you see it is nothing but 13 into 13 into 13, and then adjust the decimal point. Okay, then let us take one question where you have, let's see, 0.3 cube. Questions come like this: 0.3 cube. Now I'll talk about this cube in detail in my exponents video, but then 0.3 into 0.3 into 0.3, isn't it? Now what is it? 3 into 3 into 3. 3 into 3, 9. 9 into 3, 27. Write the 27. 1 place, 1 place, 1 place. I need 3 places here. I'll make 1 place for it and I'll put the point here. 1, 2, 3 here. So I put the point here. That is 3 places from the right. I have put the point. Okay. Then let me take up another question where you'll understand the same concept a little better. It is 0.04 square. It simply means 0.04 into 0.04, right? And that is how much? 4 into 4 is a 16. Now let's look for the points. 1 place, 2 place, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to put the decimal 4 places from the right. 1, 2. Where is the rest of the place? Here. Okay. So I have got my answer 0.0016. So quickly, without any proper multiplication, I could get my answer here. That is 0.0016. You have to apply all these in your calculations later in higher classes also. Okay. So that is it for today in multiplication of decimals. This is the very basic class. This is taught in 7th standard. And you'll see decimals, I have seen children trying to avoid decimals the moment it comes in a sum. But decimals aren't really that difficult. After this, I shall be taking up problem sums also in decimals. Okay. And so that's it for today in this video. If you have liked the video, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks all of you.